Hello learner, welcome to the learning of Database Applications Laboratory. Let's continue our discussion on implementation of order database. We'll move on to the third query now. Third query is list all the salesmen and indicate those who have and don't have customers in their cities. You must use now union operation to perform this, that is mentioned in the question. So what is that you have to do here? Again, you have here two parts asked in the question. So what are those? So first part is you have to retrieve the list A, the first list. And what is that first list? What is that first list? It should be all the salesmen who have customers, both, something like both belonging to same city. Say both salesman and customer belonging to same city. So this is our list 1. I should have one more list where it is something like salesman and customer both belonging to different city. That means what? Their city should not be matching. Both should be belonging to different cities. These are the two lists that I have to retrieve. So once I retrieve these two lists, finally you must perform union operation. So what is our union operation? Suppose if I have two sets. So two sets. So the first set has say values 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Two values. So the next set I have here. So what is that set? It contains again two values, maybe 2, 3. So if I perform now union operation between these two sets, what is the final answer I get? Definitely I get the final answer as 1, 2, 3. So total 3 values I am going to get, right? So definitely yes. So I have 3 values as answer. This is what you perform union on two sets. Same way I have to perform now union operation on two different tables. So first table is the list of salesmen, list of all salesmen whose city is matching with the customer. Next list what I am retrieving is all salesman details where the salesman and his corresponding customers are both are belonging to different cities. So once I retrieve two lists where I have two lists of salesmen there, I'll perform union operation, and final list what I'm going to finally display, final result, as a result, it should contain all those salesmen, all the salesmen where it contains all the salesmen whose city is matching with the customer, and salesmen whose city is not matching with their customer. So combined list I must finally retrieve. Using union operation I can do that. Let's see the query part. Yes, again, as I already said, you have to write here multiple, you can say nested query also I have used, and we have written here multiple set of queries. And finally, actually this entire thing is one single query wherein you can see multiple sub queries and all that, right? Yes, all that here is done using union. So union is a clause here used, or union is a keyword used. So union is an operation that you are performing, right? Okay, so we'll just see this list 1. So it is very simple. So what is our list 1? It is, see, I have to just retrieve the salesman details. So what are the details I am retrieving? Salesman ID, salesman name, city where the salesman is belonging to, and the commission. So where do I get all this information about salesman? I get all this information about the salesman from the salesman table. So I don't want simply to retrieve all salesman information, but I want those salesmen whose city is matching with his customers. So where do I find that city matching with the customer city? So definitely I have to go to customer table. So wherein you compare now salesmen table and the customer table. So how do you compare these two? Through the common attribute. Which is the common attribute between salesman table and customer table? It is the ID, salesman ID. So the condition, matching condition should be first S dot salesman ID, that is salesman ID in salesman table should be equal to C dot salesman ID inside the customer table. So you compare these salesman IDs, and then the next important condition should be city of the salesman should be equal to customer's city. This condition is very much important. So both the conditions, if it is matching, then only retrieve that salesman's information from salesman table. So what is the information you are finally extracting? Only if these two conditions are matching, that particular salesman's name, his city and commission should be extracted. So this is my list 1. This is my list 1, or you can call it as table 1. So this table contains how many attributes? 4 attributes. What is it? Salesman ID, name, city and commission. Now we'll go to the next part of the query. My first part of the query is done. What is the second part of the query? Now it's the opposite of that. So I have to retrieve the salesman who is not belonging to, or whose city is different from that of his customer's city. So how do I do that? Again, so what is that I have to finally extract? The same information what I had extracted earlier for my list 1. Same information now again I have to extract for my list 2 as well. This was my list 1. Now as a part of my next query, I am going to extract list 2. What is my list 2? So I am extracting salesman ID, again salesman name, and then about this I'll tell you. And then I am extracting commission finally. You can just compare here. ID I am extracting, name I am extracting. Now when it comes to city, so just see here, as my list 2 says that salesman's city and customer's city should be different, right? So since it is different, I cannot enter here the city value there. Why? Because both salesman and customer will be belonging to different cities. 2 cities in one row I cannot mention, right? So in a row I have to mention only one city, but I clearly know that both of them are belonging to different cities. So I will just write there one particular string. So here I have written inside the double quotes, and what is that I have to write there? No match. So what is the meaning of this no match? It clearly says that this is a list of salesmen whose city is not matching with that of the customer. So no match is the string that I'm displaying in the place of city. Why? Because 2 cities I cannot mention in one row. So I have to mention no match instead of that, saying that salesman city is not matching with the customer city. So the last one is commission. So anyways, I'm going to display that. And now we will see how we am going to extract that salesman table, salesman information. So here I'm going to extract this information, all these information from which table? Salesman table. And now we'll just see what is this inner query that we have written in order to retrieve this list 2. So what is this inner query? Yes, you simply have to retrieve the rows from customer table. So what are the rows you are extracting from the customer table? You just see here, this is correlated nested query. For each salesman that you have selected from salesman table, like how we did earlier, for the same way, for each salesman from the salesman table, compare the corresponding row. Check whether the salesman is available in the customer table as well. So how do you do that? That salesman you have extracted as a part of outer query. Say 1000 is a salesman ID. Check whether that salesman is available in the customer table. So salesman ID 1000 should be matching with the ID. Say again that 1000 should be mentioned here inside the customer table as well. In that case, the IDs will be matching. And also you just check there if that particular salesman city is equal to the customer city. So if both the conditions are matching, then simply select those rows. And now suppose if at all you get for that salesman, if you get the matching rows here as a part of inner query. So what do you mean by matching rows? Matching rows means the one which satisfies both the condition. If that salesman city and the customer city, his customer city are matching, and one more condition is if that salesman is having customer there. So if both the conditions are matching, you will definitely retrieve some rows, and those rows what you have retrieved, okay, am I interested in those rows now? Am I really searching for those customers here who are am I really searching for those salesmen here who is really having the customer? No, I do not want them, right? So here the condition what I'm checking here is not exists. So what is the meaning of not exists? I am now looking for the salesmen who do not have the customers, who do not have the customers in the same city where the salesman is belonging to. So this condition, if it is satisfying, what it says that there are some customers, there are the customers who are belonging to same city where his salesman is belonging to, right? So both salesman and customer belong to same city. So that is actually a part of inner query what it results. But I do not want any rows to be selected. So not exists will return true only when the inner query returns no rows. Inner query returns no rows. So what is the meaning of no rows selected? No rows selected, when do you get? When none of the rows here as a part of inner query, when none of the rows here satisfies the given condition. If the rows are not satisfying the given condition, then the answer of the inner query will be no rows selected, or in other words 0 rows selected. So when you have no rows selected here as an answer for the inner query, then if at all you mention not exist, that is what I am looking for. No row should exist here. The meaning of not exist is no row should exist here. So if no rows are existing, then in that case you get the answer as it returns true. It returns 1, or in other words it returns true. What is the meaning of that? You must select that salesman. So it's we are going in the it's something like we are not going positively here. We are checking through the negative condition. So what is the negative condition we are mentioning? Not exists. So not exists is returning true only when there are no rows selected. So we are looking for their no rows selected only. So here I don't want such salesman whose city is matching with this customer salesman. This matching thing I do not want, right? That is why answer I am expecting here as no rows selected. So if at all you get there such salesman whose city is matching with customer, then don't select that salesman. So you select only those salesmen whose city is not matching with their customer. So that is the answer that you are retrieving for this next part of the query. So list 2 clearly says that you are retrieving the salesman whose city is not matching. So no match, not matching with their customer. So list 2 is clear. List 1 is also clear. Now all that you have to do finally is union operation of them. So what is union operation? So you list 1 should be unioned with the list 2. So before you perform union, make sure that the number of attributes that you have in list 1 and the number of attributes you have in list 2 are same to same. So what are the number of attributes you have in list 1? Salesman ID, salesman name, city and commission, total 4. So again here also I have 4 attributes only, salesman ID, salesman name, no match and commission. So again 4 so 4 and 4 both are same. Yes, then data type also should be same. Here salesman ID, here also salesman ID, data type is same. Salesman name, same to same. City there, which is again varchar. Here no match is a string, again it is varchar. Commission, and then here again commission, maybe it is decimal or integer. So both are same to same, right? So all the attributes should be matching. Number of attributes also should be matching. Data type also should be matching. Only in that case I can perform union. So once I perform union, I get finally one single list, combined list. One single combined list. So wherein you get the final answer. You can just see here the table that we are referring to is the customer table and the salesman table. So what is that we have here? We'll just see. I have to simply first retrieve those salesmen who have the matching city. So we'll start with the first salesman. So 1000 ID is 1000. So what is the city of this 1000? Hassan. But next you compare now this salesman ID with the salesman ID that you have inside customer table. Do I really have this 1000 inside this customer table? I don't have. That means what? This salesman do not have any customers. So should I select that? I don't want that. I'm not interested in such salesman. Go to the next one. So salesman ID is 1001. Yeah, see the city of this 1001? It's Bangalore. Come back to my customer table. Do I have matching rows for salesman ID 1001? Yes, I have two rows matched. So 1001, 1001. Just compare the cities there. City of the customer there. So first row, let's see. So whether 1001 city of the salesman, who is the salesman? Aditi. Aditi's city is Bangalore. But what about her customer city? Her customer, first row, customer is Nikhil. So what is the city of Nikhil? It's again Bangalore. Definitely it is matching. So salesman's city is Bangalore, Aditi's city is Bangalore, Nikhil's city is also Bangalore. So I must select this particular salesman. So salesman name, salesman ID and the city as well as her commission also is retrieved, and that is row is put inside my resultant table. So one row is selected to my resultant table. So list 1, this is a part of list 1. So what about the next one? Yes, 1002. So I'll go to the next customer, next salesman 1002. So what's the city of this person? Mangalore. Go to this 1002. Yes, second row is 1002. So just see whether he has customer. Yes, Rakesh is a customer of this Mukesh salesman. So what is the city of Rakesh? Mangalore. So Mukesh is a salesman whose city is also Mangalore, and his customer is Rakesh, whose city is also Mangalore. Should I select the salesman? Yes, I got now the next salesman. So second salesman I'm going to insert into my list 1. So list 1 is the one where both salesman and customer belonging to same city. Next, Rani 1003. Just see this 1003, it's matching. Yes, 1003 is matching. So what is the city of 1003? So 1003 is Rani, her city is Mysore. So what about this city of customer of Rani? It's Amar, and the city of Amar is Bangalore. So both are belonging to different cities. So in this case, what is that I have to do? I have to just put this particular row. What is the row? Rani, Mysore and 1003. So that should be put into my list. Which is that list? List 2. So in that list 2, I must enter the city as no match, remember. So again we'll go to my 1004 ID. So do I have matching rows? No, I don't have 1004 matching here in the customer table. So what I have now, list 1 contains 2 entries. One is 1001 I have, and one more is it is I guess 1002. One more is 1002. So 1001 and 1002 in my list 1, and what about my list 2? It is 1003. So what is that I have to do now? I have to take union of these two lists. So my final list, final resultant should contain which are the customers? 1001, the first customer. Next comes 1002. Next comes 1003. And all these 3 salesmen, not customer, I'm sorry, 3 salesmen IDs. So all these 3 salesmen IDs, all their information should be listed out in the final resultant. You can just see the expected outcome here. So what is the expected outcome here? So I have 1001 Aditi. So yeah, this is my part of list 1. 1002 Mukesh, part of my list 1. So you can just see the city values. Bangalore, both are matching. I mean Aditi's and her customers city, both are Bangalore. Mukesh and his customers city, both are Mangalore. And then comes my list 2 here. 1000, 1003 and then 1004. So now here you may get a doubt. As I said, Rani is the one who is actually having a customer belonging to different city, right? So I retrieved there and I entered there no match to the city. But what about this 1000 and 1004? As they don't have any customers there, in the salesman table, do you think that I don't have to retrieve them? Just to go to the query there and check whether I have written the condition salesman ID should be equal to customer ID. Sorry, salesman ID in the salesman table, whether it should be equal to salesman ID in the customer table. So whether I have written there in the inner query, in the inner query, whether I have mentioned that particular condition salesman ID should be equal to customer ID. If I have mentioned that condition inside the inner query, in that case this 1000 and 1004 will not be retrieved. But since I guess I did not mention that particular condition there, this salesman here who is not having any customer, okay, still that salesman will be selected. Why? Because I have not mentioned that condition s dot salesman id equal to c dot salesman id as a part of my inner query inside this, inside the list 2. So whatever the list 2, second part, bottom part of my query after union operation, what I have written. So in that again inner query is there. Inside that inner query I have not written the condition s dot salesman id equal to c dot salesman id. Because of that here the salesmen, even if they don't have any customer there, that salesman also will be retrieved. So you have here 1000 and 1004, both are not having any customers there. So that means what, these two customers, these two salesmen, even then they don't have any customers there. Meaning is their city, yeah, definitely there is no meaning actually, but still we have written no match for this. Okay, so this 1000 and 1004. But I hope this list 1 and list 2 is clear. So what we have done, finally we have taken a union of that, and finally we have the complete list of salesmen. Okay, this is how you get the result. We'll move on to query 4. So what is our query 4 here? Create a view that finds the salesman who has the customer with the highest order of a day. So all that you have to do here is creation of a virtual table view. And inside that view, you have to find out the customer who is having highest order of a day. I mean, not the customer, you have to finally retrieve the salesman who is delivering highest order of a day. Okay, salesman who is delivering highest order of a day. So how do you find out that highest order of a day? Yes, you just see this query. How do you create a virtual table? So it is create view, which you have to do. View is the one, instead of create table, create view. View specifies a virtual table. A new table is created now, and the name of this view is max sales view. And now here, remember, whenever you're creating the table, you must mention the attributes. Okay, how do you mention the attributes? So you have to write the keyword as, okay, followed by, this is the view name of the view, and followed by as, you have the attributes that you have selected for this view virtual table. So what are the attributes that you have selected for the virtual table? So how do you do that? So you do that selection of attributes through select command only. So select now multiple attributes from different tables, and these attributes what you're selecting will directly go and sit inside your virtual table or view named max sales. Okay, so what is that? The first attribute you are selecting is order date. So from where are you taking this order date? Definitely you must be referring to order table. So order table, from there I am going to retrieve order date. Why? Because the question is you have to retrieve now highest order of the day. Highest order of the day. How do you check that? So to check that, you must go to orders table only. So order date you have to check, and then go to, yeah, finally you have to retrieve what? Salesman information. So salesman ID you must extract. So from where do you extract salesman information? From the salesman table. So salesman table alias we have taken as A. So A dot salesman ID you are going to extract, and his name also I am going to extract. Again that is also taken as A dot name. So this two information I am extracting from salesman table. Then from the order table I am extracting just the date. Okay, so these three final attributes should be available inside my view, that is max sales view. So what do I do with this now? How do I extract that? I don't want all salesman information, right? So what is that you have to do now? Again, I'm going to make use of this inner query or correlated nested query inside this view. So what is that correlated nested query? So as you already said, as the question says that you have to check for highest order of the day. Suppose if I have two orders, say the first order is of 1k purchase. Highest order means what? You have to just check the purchase amount of the order, purchase amount, right? So what is that purchase amount we have there? You can just see here, 1k is the amount of first order, 2k is the amount of second order. But the date of this order, both the orders date is same. Suppose if I take the date as 2nd October. Okay, both the orders are placed on the same day, which is that day 2nd October. Maybe multiple customers have placed these orders, we are not bothering about that, but here the date is same, 2nd. And one more thing there is, here the salesman, I have to finally retrieve the salesman information. So salesman ID also you have to be very careful, you have to track that. Who is the salesman who is delivering that particular order? That I have to finally extract. Okay, so here remember, this is the purchase amount. How do I find out highest order on 2nd October? You can just see here, two orders are there. Among that, 2000 is the highest order. Compared to this first order, second order is having highest amount. So 2000. So how do I do that? Can I apply aggregate function on this? So what is the aggregate function that I'm applying? So it's max, right? So for that, for applying aggregate function, see, maximum is the one. So out of these two rows, which is the maximum amount? Maximum is the second row. Maximum is second purchase amount. So 2k will be extracted. So this entire row I must extract, right? So I'm going to apply now the aggregate function max. But before I apply the aggregate function, I have to perform group. Definitely. So what is the group here? Grouping is done based on the order date. So here same date you have multiple orders, right? So for that, grouping should be done based on order date. So a group is formed based on the order date. So date is what? 2nd October. So how many members are there in this group? I have 2 members. So what are those 2 members? 2 orders here, first and second order. So this is one group that is formed. Yes. So this group, inside this group now, what do? I apply this aggregate function max. So what is that max I have to check? I have to check the maximum purchase amount in each such group. So in this first group, just check now maximum. What is that maximum? 2k. So you can see here, inner part of the query, inner query is executed first. So select max. So maximum purchase amount you have to select. So how do you select maximum purchase amount? From where do you select? Yes, it is from the orders table only. All this is happening inside orders table. So inside the inner query, again you write this order table, and definitely now all that I have to do there is, see, you can just see here, this is my order table what I'm doing, and you have already seen in my outer query also I have used this order table, right? So there should not be any confusion between this inner query order table and outer queries order table. So what I have to do here is multiple instances of same table order I'm going to create. In my outer query, I have created an instance and I have named it as B. So B is an alias for order table. In an inner query, I have created one more instance of the same table order and I have named it as C. Okay, so here in the inner query, I have created a new instance of the same table order and named it as C. So this time, just compare this in order to correlate this inner query with outer query. Compare this order date inside this new instance of order table with the order date that you have order date of one more instance of the same table order. and which is a part of outer query. So outer query's order date is what? It is B dot order date, which you're comparing with the inner query's instance, that is C dot order date. So this C and B are actually two duplicate instances of same table order. Why duplicate instances are created? Why? Because I have to apply this aggregate function max on that. Okay, so that is done as a part of inner query. So there should not be any confusion. On same table I cannot manipulate multiple times, right? So I have created two duplicate instances, and in an inner query I have related to outer query just by taking this condition. So what is this condition? C dot order date, that is inside this, which is compared with the B dot order date, which is a part of outer query. So this became now correlated nested query. Yeah, so now definitely you have to do the grouping thing. So how do you perform the grouping? So grouping is done based on the order date. Okay, grouping is done based on the order date. So group each such group, on each such group you have to apply max operation, max aggregate function. So maximum purchase amount will be retrieved, and now that whatever purchase amount you have retrieved, compare that with the the purchase amount. So what is that purchase amount that you're comparing now? See, so it is something like, the question is, select the salesman who is having who is delivering highest order of the day. I have to retrieve the salesman who is delivering highest order of the day. So highest order of the day I have retrieved through the inner query, but that order who is delivering, how do I extract that? That is through this outer query. So I have to check now the corresponding salesman who is delivering this highest order. So how do I do that? Just check whether the salesman ID inside this salesman table, whether it is matching with the salesman ID that you have inside this order table. That means what? You have a salesman who is delivering some orders. So salesman ID in salesman table should be matching with the salesman ID in order table. So some salesmen are delivering the orders. And next, purchase amount that you have there inside this order table should be matching with the just now what you have extracted, that is a maximum purchase amount that you have extracted through this duplicate instance of order table. So once that is matching, what is the meaning of that? You are now extracting the salesman who is delivering that maximum purchase amount or maximum delivery of that particular day. Okay, this is how you do that. You can just see the table that has to be referred. It is orders table and the salesman table. As a part of my outer query, I'll be just checking the salesman ID first. Whether 1000, this particular salesman, whether he is there in this order table, whether he is delivering anything. Yes, he is delivering. And the last row says that he is delivering to a customer, and what is that order? 6th order. And you have only one particular order on the particular day, August 20th. You have only one order placed, and if you have only one order, can you find out the maximum purchase amount? So maximum purchase amount, which is done as a part of inner query. So here it retrieves only one row. What is that? 2500 itself is the maximum purchase amount on 20th August. So what you have to do? So whether you can retrieve that particular salesman there. So highest order of the day is 2500. So that particular salesman will be extracted. So this is actually one group that you have formed here with the salesman ID equal to 1000. So on that group you have applied max, and max value returns 2500, and that purchase amount will be compared with the purchase amount that you have taken from the orders, one more duplicate instance. So definitely that salesman's information also is extracted. So this salesman is selected. Go to the next one, 1001. So again go here, compare 1001. Yes, I have two rows selected. That means what? This salesman is serving two orders, delivering two orders. Which is the order? Order 1 and order 4. So whether these two orders or on same day? No, different dates. So we are not bothered about this salesman. So we'll remember, I'm sorry, here in this previous case I just said the group is done based on salesman ID. I'm sorry, the group is done based on the order date, if I'm not wrong. Grouping is done based on the order date. You just see on 20th August you have only one order, so this group has only one member, so that is only 20th August. So done. Yeah, so we'll come back to this. So we have grouping done based on the order date, so that is on 10th September you have two orders placed. So what are those two orders? Not this one. So the order is order 1 and order 2. These are the two orders on the date 10th September. So what is that you have to do? Maximum purchase amount. So on these two orders, compare these two, which is the maximum? 3,400 is the maximum. So what is that you have to do there? Just see who is the salesman who is serving this particular order. So who is the salesman who is serving this particular order? 1002 is the salesman. And what is that salesman's information that you can extract? So salesman 1002's information you can extract out of salesman table. So who is that? Mukesh is the salesman, and you can just retrieve his details as well, right? So I must select that, right? So maximum purchase amount is how much? 3,400. Now we go to the next one. So grouping is done based on what? As a part of inner query, based on date. 23rd August also you have 2. So again the second group is formed. Second group is on 23rd August. So again you have two orders. Which are those two orders? 3rd and 4th. 3 and 4. So you have applied now max function. So what is the maximum one? 2040 is the maximum purchase amount. So now this is the maximum 2040. Now you retrieve the corresponding salesman. So what is a salesman? 1001 is a salesman. Who is that salesman 1001? Aditi is the salesman. So Aditi should be selected. Already we have selected Mukesh. Now we have selected Aditi also. Next you have formed the one more group, last group, that is grouping is done based on order date. So next group is 1st August. So only one order. So that itself is a maximum. So who is the salesman? 1002. So salesman is 1002. Mukesh is again 1002 salesman ID. So again Mukesh is selected. So I don't want it to be repeated there. So maybe this salesman is again serving a different order, right? So that can also be retrieved. Okay. Yes, so you have here the final result. Yes, so as I already said, first one is Mukesh. So where he is serving on date 10th September, and the corresponding customer whom he is serving. Next, Aditi is selected. Yes, on 23rd August, again different customer. See, again Mukesh is selected because he is serving different order this time. He is serving to different customers this time, again on different date. So Mukesh should be again selected, and the last one is again selected, Akash, that is on 20th August. So he is serving different customer. So all these 4 rows are selected. And see here, I am retrieving this result. Everything is sitting inside the view. So you, in order to view this result, you must select the rows from max sales view. Okay. You can just go through all these queries again. Unless you implement it, you may not get a proper idea. So this is the end of exercise 2. Thank you.